We're here this afternoon with Josh Sinclair for the Insider Sessions. How's it going?
It's good, man. It's very good.
I understand you've had a lot of things going on in the past year. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster. I play in the band Hollywood Burnout. I'm the lead singer and guitarist and songwriter for that band, and it's kind of a pop rock kind of trio. But it's my baby. I love it. It's fun. Yeah, the last year, like we had some songs on MTV on some shows like 16 and Pregnant. We also had some stuff laying on NBC, and kind of opened up a lot of doors for us. You know, we were still playing a lot of shows, opening a lot of shows and stuff, and we ended up getting picked for this telethon, the Jerry Lewis telethon out in Vegas this past September. It was a big kind of national contest through KISS, and so we got to go out. They flew us out for that. We played for that. We're out there for 5 days and got to meet a lot of people. Got to you know, hang out with a lot of different bands and just had a really good time. And then, you know, like how some bands do, like Hollywood Burnout's been around for about 2.5 years now, but there's a lot of internal issues and stuff that were going on, so we kind of took an indefinite break right after Vegas in the fall of 2010. And, you know, we didn't really know if we were going to play again. So, you know, I started doing something different. I started playing lead guitar with this kind of pop country band. It's a young 14-year-old girl from Des Moines that she writes her own songs, just finished a CD in Nashville. And, you know, they asked me to be her lead guitarist. So it kind of fell in my lap that I'm like, man, I need something different right now. So I started doing that and have been doing that for about 6 or 7 months. And it's really fun. It's something different. And I get to kind of be back behind the scenes and just kind of, you know, be like a rock and roll dude, have fun. Yeah, and still doing like acoustic shows and stuff around Des Moines and Iowa, and but it kind of got to a point where we had a chance to play at the Iowa State Fair. They asked if we wanted to play for the Iowa State Fair, the Hollywood Burnout, and you know, we hadn't really approached the subject, I guess, as far as playing together again. And we just we had a rehearsal about a week ago. And it just felt right. Like it felt good. I think we all needed a break from things because it had been about 8 months since we played, and so yeah. So we're gonna play for Iowa State Fair, and we said it's our last show, kind of our closure show, but we'll see what happens because I think there's a lot left in what we can do as a band, and you know. But it's not my only baby. I mean, that's my band that I love. You know, I love playing acoustic shows and stuff too. I love playing in Sydney Lett is the young 14-year-old girl that is the pop country artist. I love playing in her band, and I'm starting up something new where it's a 2 to 3 piece. I still haven't decided, but I know I want fiddle because I'm writing a lot of new songs that it's kind of more country, kind of emo country. I mean, indie country, if that's even a genre, but it's something different. It's new songs that I don't think would fit with Hollywood Burnout, but it's something different that I want to try and just see where that goes. So there's a lot of stuff on the horizon. I do have a website. It's just joshuasinclair.com. It has all those bands up there, all my dates, all the info, all the videos and songs, MP3s, iTunes, all kinds of stuff. So you can check all that stuff out. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming up, and I'm really excited to be writing some new stuff, and we'll see what happens.
Okay. For people that don't know, what genre would you put Hollywood Burnout in?
You know, we were saying like kind of pop rock, but I think like our stage show is a little bit different. Like the stuff on the CD, you know, it's all polished stuff that's, you know, from studio, everything, you know, that we spend months and months to try and get it to where we want it. But as far as the stage show, like that's a different animal. Like I love that because it kind of creates a whole different atmosphere for the song, and so I would say it's more of like just a rock, like a 3-piece like rock band that we have catchy songs, but the way that we do them live is a lot different than what's on the record. So I would just say more of a rock band, not so pop rock when we're live.
With that band, were you guys touring quite a bit?
We were when we started out. We were kind of starting out with like a Midwest circuit. Kind of, we hit Minneapolis and we were doing some stuff outside of Des Moines. And prior to that, I had played in a band called Little Mojo for about 10 years with my younger brother, and we had toured the country a few times and had a lot of opportunities with that band, signed a couple record deals out east. And so, you know, we've gotten to see the country, you know, doing what we love to do. So Hollywood Burnout didn't, you know, get to where I want it to yet. And I mean, yet, because who knows? I mean, we might play some more shows and see what happens after after the show at the fair. But yeah, I'd love to get out more with that band and just see where it takes us.
Do you think there's a chance that Hollywood Burnout might come out with another album?
I think there's a chance, yeah. I think there is.
Go ahead.
I think there's a chance. I don't want to say 100% because, like I said, it's kind of in its infancy.
Don't want to jinx it.
Yeah. As far as like getting back together again and playing, right now it just feels good to play again with all three of us, and I'd love to do another record with those guys and something more kind of along the lines of what the stage show is, like a little bit more raw, not so polished, you know, and we'll see what happens. But I would love to do a record. I just don't know if it's not a possibility for 2011. We'll see what happens in the year after that, though.
Yeah. And how many records do you guys have out at this time?
Hollywood Burnout just has one out. We've kind of been sitting on a lot of stuff that that our label ended up not releasing. We finally got the masters for it, so I think we have 14 other songs that we had cut, but we're just not on any records. So I mean, we could always put together a record off of that, but I just don't want to. I don't want to do stuff that's already been done, even though it hasn't been released. So we'll see. I mean, I'd like to keep writing some new stuff and kind of take it from that, you know, instead of revisiting a lot of old stuff. So.
Yeah. What label are you with?
We are with Dreammakers. It's an indie label out of New York, and we record in a studio out there in Lake Hopatcong, New Jersey, which is just about 45 miles or minutes from New York City. And it's a cool place. It was the old church that they renovated a few years ago, and it's completely just it's an amazing place. It's really cool to record there, and we had a lot of fun at that studio. But one of my favorite studios was in Queens, New York, which is a small hole in the wall. I mean, I don't know if you can see how big my apartment bedroom is. But it was about that size, maybe a little bit smaller, and that place was way more conducive to like what we wanted to do. I mean, it wasn't so big, and it was, you know, it was messy, and it just felt more at home, I guess. Not that it's messy or anything and stuff.
No, it's actually very nice in here.
I cleaned it up for you, man.
You're very organized. Pan over here to the guitar rack.
Yeah, I got a few.
Over there's all the equipment for the road.
Yeah, and see, this is the bedroom. I share this place with my girlfriend, and she let me. We have a one bedroom, so she let me just put all my stuff in here, and you know, we sleep on the floor. So it's good.
Right.
The sacrifices that we have to make, you know.
Whatever works, right?
Yeah.
Backing up just a little bit more with that record label, what led to you getting the record deal you had?
You know, it was kind of, we had, like I said, my brother and I played in this two-piece band for about 10 years, and we had been touring and stuff, doing a lot of stuff, and we did a lot of stuff out east. I don't know why we were able to get so many shows out there, but we would do circuits up and down the coast, and ended up having just a chance meeting with a label called Mutiny 2K Records back in 2003 when we were out on the East Coast, and they really liked what they had heard. Like, you know, I just sent them like a electronic press kit, you know, just for the hell of it, and they really enjoyed it, and you know, went out and met with them, and then 2 months later they flew us out there to start recording an EP, and it just kind of snowballed from there. We released this EP. We had some kind of good, I guess, good fortune with the single. We ended up piggybacking with another label called Playtime Records, and they ended up getting us a lot of showcases with like Universal Records and Atlantic, and so we were constantly back and forth from New York doing these showcases a few years ago, and you know, we got to work with a lot of great producers, because like these labels that were interested in us, they didn't sign us, but they would put forth the money to have us go and record new songs, work with new songwriters, and so we had all this material and stuff. But then we ended up signing just an indie deal with Dreammakers, so we could put out a record, because none of these major labels had jumped on it. You know, it was a scary time, and I think, you know, it still is. I don't really care if we're on a major or not. You know, we just want to release a record And so Dreammakers picked us up, and we ended up releasing this EP about a year and a half ago, and just kind of been pushing that as much as possible.
It's been selling pretty good?
Yeah, I mean it's I don't even know what the numbers are, but I know that they've had to do a couple runs, so at least a couple thousand records, and it's not bad for an indie band just to get out there and get their material out there. So
no, it's awesome.
Doing what we can do.
Okay. Well, it sounds like all in all that it's been a pretty positive experience.
It has, I mean, as far as the ups and downs, I love it so much as far as doing music that I do it regardless. I mean, I know there's a lot of heartache and there's a lot of rejection and stuff, but I mean I don't think that's why anybody that's a musician that really enjoys what they do, I don't think that's why they pick up a guitar or play a piano, start doing that in the first place. They do it to have an outlet and to create. And I mean, I do this if I wasn't getting paid for it, which half the time I'm not. So I love it. I mean, I absolutely love it. And I do the things that I have to do. Like I still work not a 9 to 5, but like I unload trucks, and I do like cash counting and stuff for this business. 6 a.m. to noon every day, just so I can be able to do the things that I love to do. So I do the things that I don't really like to do to be able to do the things that I love to do. So maybe one day I can stop doing the 6 to noon thing and just do the music thing. So
yeah, how much are you having to travel with this band you're in now, the 14-year-old girl?
Right now, like she's just starting out. I mean, she cut a record this past spring in Nashville, and it comes out later this summer. I think towards the end of this month, towards the end of July, or else early August. So we haven't done a lot outside of Iowa. We're hitting like a lot of county fairs. The Iowa State Fair, we're kind of piggybacking with a lot of headlining artists. Like we open up for Leanne Rimes at Bel Air. Been doing some shows with Jason Brown, and yeah, like I think right now she's kind of wanting to get the Iowa circuit. Hit a lot of these smaller towns because it's a little bit more I guess conducive to like the kind of country music people want to hear and stuff, especially in the summer, these county fairs and stuff. So it's it's fun to do. It's something different for me, and like I said, it's given me a chance to step out of just like being the front man. And I really needed that. Like when Hollywood Burnout took a break, I really needed that, just to not be the man, not like have to worry about this and worry about that. All I had to do was like learn my parts and play lead guitar and just hang out and I guess look cool. And it was nice to like not have all the responsibility, but now I'm ready to have responsibility again.
Yeah. In that band, when you play lead guitar, what's your choice acts?
My choice? Actually, let me grab it for you because this is my baby over here. This is it's a DePinto. It's a Belvedere model, and I had a semi-endorsement with them a few years ago, and they sent me this, and I was just kind of attracted to it initially, and like it's from Philadelphia, from a maker in Philadelphia, and I lived in Philadelphia for about a year and a half. But I love it. It does everything that I want it to do. It sounds great, and but I have to say I picked up this from a buddy of mine that it's a Nashville Telly that I just started playing too, which a little bit more.
Tellys are awesome.
Yeah, it's a little bit more. I guess it fits with the country band a little bit more, but I still like to rock it out with this. So
yeah,
this is definitely my.
Go from a Telly to one with double humbuckers.
Oh yeah, I mean this didn't have like the twang humbuckers on it and stuff. It's I love it, man. It's cool, definitely.
Yeah, sharp looking guitar.
Yeah, you don't see them too often, so I'm glad to have something that's not not the same thing out there all the time and stuff. So it's cool. It's cool. I like it. Okay.
Well, is there any final thoughts you'd like to leave our viewers with before we break away from this interview and you play a couple of songs for us?
I just say thanks for having me. I appreciate it, Stan, and definitely check out joshuasinclair.com for all all the stuff that I have going on as far as the different bands, Hollywood Burnout, Sydney Lett, my new band, and my solo shows. So check it out, joshuasinclair.com, and hopefully we'll see you at a show soon.
All right, sounds good.
All right, man.
And thanks so much for being on Insider Sessions.
You bet, man. Thanks for having me.